Trust you are all doing great. It's a beautiful week or weekend. This is Friday, right? Yeah, this is a Friday. So we'll get started with today's training. There is no need for long stories, okay? Today we are going to be discussing Facebook advertising. Facebook advertising, all right? And trust me, this is not a new topic, okay? I know about 50% of you, 50% of, the audience here have tried Facebook advertising, Facebook ads. So the best way to learn and the best way to gain value from today's session is to act as if you know nothing about Facebook and pick one or 2 points, all right? Many of us have run Facebook ads, and the reason why we feel frustrated was because we are not getting the desired result. Yeah, you are not getting the desired result because you didn't consider the major factors in running a Facebook ads. Okay, so if you have run a Facebook ads before, can I see your comments in the box below? If you have run a Facebook ad, just in 2 to 3 minutes, let me just hear from you. What was the experience like? What was the challenge you had running a Facebook ad or promoting your business on Facebook? I know people do have issues with payments, adding their cards, changing their cards, getting the right audience or demographic and the like. So just in 2 to 3 minutes, let's just interact a little. Tell me what your first Facebook ad experience was, okay? Tell me what it was, then while we proceed with the class. So feel free to express yourself in the comments. Just in the next 2 to 3 minutes, let's just talk about it. Tell us about your Facebook experience. Okay, Taiwo Centers, good morning. You're highly welcome, and thank you for being here. Elisha, welcome. Mary Joko, welcome. Stella, good morning, welcome. You guys are welcome. So how many of you have tried Facebook ad? Please tell me in the comments below. Or does it mean nobody has run an ad on Facebook? None of you have tried it? Please, if you have not tried it as well, tell me you have not. So I would know the level or the pace at which this lecture will go, please. The reason for this question is to know what to touch on, the key things to tell you here. Though I would assume it's a basic class, fundamentals on Facebook advertising. So if you've tried Facebook ads before, tell me in the comments. If you have not tried Facebook ads, also tell me in the comments so that I would know the key areas to talk about. Okay. All right, I can see, wow. Oh, so far, almost 4, okay. All right, okay, that's no problem. So, okay, Taiwo have tried, okay, that's a good one. Elisha have not tried, Stella. All right, okay. Thank you. So this will give me an insight. This has given me an insight on how to go about today's training. So nonetheless, I think with what I'm seeing here, I'll try to go into details. No idea, wow. I'll try to be, I won't talk much about each of the components so that you would see how good it is. Oh, wow. All right, okay. In fact, because of what I'm seeing here, I think, okay, let me just hold on a bit. Let me hold on. All right, so let's get started. Thank you, guys. Let's get started. So amongst each and every one of us here, we have Taiwo as one of the person that has tried Facebook ads. I guess other people are still on their way. So let's hit the nail on the head. Let's see what we can achieve in the next 1 hour, 15 minutes. All right. Now, the truth about Facebook is it's a bit confusing. Yes, it can get a little confusing. It can get you frustrated. Yeah, it can get you frustrated. That is why I don't blame companies when they have to hire someone to manage their marketing or their advertising. I don't blame business owners or medical practitioners or even lawyers and the rest why they spend so much money on advertising. Yes, they know the value in advertising, but at the same time, the stress is also much. You won't blame Facebook for that. Facebook has a lot of audience and they are trying as much as they can to suit each audience. Like Facebook wants you to have the best experience on Facebook while you run an ad. Facebook also wants me to have the best experience when I run an ad on Facebook. You get it? So there are algorithms, there are strategies, there are implementations, there are things Facebook do in order to suit everybody's demand, at least to satisfy, if not 100%, 95% of their customers. So because of that, different measures will be taken. You will see different options. You will see things to take, things not to tag, things you just move into, and the whole thing will just, you just ruin the whole settings you've been applied because you have, tapped on the wrong button. But notwithstanding, I am promising you guys that by the grace of God, at the end of this training, you are going to move from knowing nothing about Facebook advertising to becoming pretty good with Facebook advertising, that you can grow your own business before trying to manage someone else's business. All right. So like I tell people, if you want to earn managing people's social media accounts, do all the demo with your business. All right. Don't use a client's business for trial and error. Use your own business for demo. In fact, when I started newly, there was this strategy I applied in my company 4 years ago. Yeah, that was 2018, 2019. So I told my co-founder that, okay, now we need leads, we need clients, right? Okay, let us work with this proposal. Let us meet business owners and tell them that we are going to run their adverts for free. All right, that will run their adverts for free. They won't pay us anything for a service charge. All they are going to pay is all they are going to pay is their ad budgets, like the budget they have for their advert. So let's say they want to run an advert of 300,000. They are only going to pay 300,000. But if at the end of that ads, they get a better result, then they can give us any amount of money they decide to. Okay, so we worked with that strategy, and funny enough, it was favorable, because the thing is, once you run that ads and they get results, they will be happy and they would want you to run more ads, and we can now charge them premium. You get it? You can now charge them premium because they have seen the quality of what you can offer. But if you don't understand Facebook, you don't understand the terminologies, you don't understand how Facebook works, you don't even know how to target the right audience, how to work with insights and the rest, how would you be able to do this? But if you now have an idea on all this and you've not tried it out, how would you, or why should you go and play with someone's business? So all the trials and errors should be made on your own business, or maybe your friend's business, which you will just explain, hello guy, please, I just learned Facebook marketing. I'm trying to build my brand around it. Can we just do a test ad and get some insight with your business? It's a 50-50 thing. You might try to the person's business, it works well. You take note of what works well, do more of that. What doesn't work, see how you can fine tune it, or you just neglect it. All right. So that is one thing you have to know about Facebook. But the truth is, Facebook has offered a lot of insights to help you understand this. Okay, a lot of insights, a lot of materials which you can read that will guide you on understanding how Facebook works and how to, grow your business with Facebook. So for everybody in this industry, for anybody that wants to use Facebook to grow their business, there are 3 things that person must know. Is a must. So each and every one of you listening to me right now, you must take note of these 3 elements. Take note of these 3 elements and make sure you understand them clearly, which I am going to do, okay? Which I'm going to do. All right, the first one is the campaign. All right, the first is the campaign. The campaign houses all your assets. All right, it houses all your assets. The second one is the ad sets. So if you are targeting separate audience with different characteristics, you will need an individual ad set for each. Don't worry, you understand that clearly as you proceed. But just know that these are the 3 major terminologies you must take note of. These 3 elements are extremely important advertising on Facebook. The third one is your ads. All right. Now, the ads is actually what your audience see on Facebook, on Instagram, in their messenger, and every other place. That is what they see. Okay. That is what they know about your ads or your products, your brand, and the rest. All right. So the ones they see is the ad sets. Your audience is the ads rather. Your audience don't see the ad sets. Your audience don't know anything about your campaigns. Okay. So take note of these 3 things. They are extremely important. These are 3 key elements every Facebook marketer or every individual or business owner that wants to advertise on Facebook must know. Okay, don't worry, by the end of the course, you are going to understand Facebook marketing very well. In fact, today's lesson is going to have 2 sessions. Okay, it's going to have 2 sessions. The normal theory section where I explain these things, and the visual where you come to see how this is done. All right, the visual part of it where you will see how it is done and it is being explained. And we are also going to have a third part of this Facebook training, which is going to happen in the Slack workspace, where you get to ask all your questions, because there will be a lot of challenges when you start running this. Not challenges per se, but there will be a lot of questions. You will need clarity. You will need to know what to do in order not to do the wrong thing, especially how to time your ads so that Facebook does not bill you unnecessarily. All right, though I'm going to explain that one in this first session. Okay, so these 3 things are important. So for today, these are the things we are going to look into. First of all, how to create an account with Facebook Ads Manager. So I remember someone in the comment section said he does not even have a Facebook ad account or has no idea about Facebook. So I'm going to explain to you how to create an account with Facebook Ads Manager. Then the second one is how to start creating an ad through that Facebook Ads Manager. All right. The third would be how to choose an objective. Fourth, how to choose your audience. Fifth, how to set your budget, and how to create your ads. Then how to monitor your ad performance metrics. Then the practical, which is the second session, where you will now learn how to run a targeted and profitable Facebook ads. All right. So please, I would not stretch today's training. I won't stretch today's training. So we might not even exhaust up to 1 hour, 15 minutes, but I will tell you the key things you need to know so that you get to work immediately. You get to work immediately after, once you are leaving this space, you continue from section 2, which is the practical part of it, before we now go into the discussion session. All right. So let's get started. Before we proceed, what is Ads Manager? What is Ads Manager? If you look at this outline here, I said a lot about, okay, we create a Facebook Ads Manager. You're going to create your ad through the Facebook Ads Manager. What exactly is this Ads Manager? Just like the name ads, as we know, ads here, ADS. ADS means advert, all right? It means advert. So with Facebook Advertising Manager, all right? Facebook Advertising Manager, Ads Manager, all right? In the second part of this, where we'll do visuals, you will understand better, okay? So it is simply the starting point for running ads on Facebook. Without an Ads Manager account, you cannot run any ads on Facebook. The beautiful thing with this, or with Facebook, is it has a mobile app, both for Android users and iOS users, that you can download to keep an eye with, what is happening on your campaigns. All right. So that is to say, you can sit down even in the bus and run a campaign, run an ad that will go live on Facebook. You can monitor what is happening through your mobile phone. You can see all the comments and insights and how people are interacting with your ad on your mobile device without even turning on your laptop. But another thing is, just like when I'll be teaching you guys design with Canva, I still recommend you do most of these things with your laptop, because it gives you a broader view. In fact, it is best you create your ad campaign from your laptop, then you can continue to monitor from your desk, from your mobile app and the rest, okay? And you continue to monitor it from the mobile app and the rest. So guys, are we all ready for today's training so that we can dive into it? If you are ready and you really want to get value from today's training, just tell me now in the comment section so that we'll dive straight into Facebook Ads Manager. Please tell me in the comment section. Please, I would always want us to interact. The reason why I tell you most times to type in the comment section is to be sure you guys are with me and I am not alone. So most of you will just log into the call and you go out, okay? And I don't like that. I don't want that, and I don't want to encourage that. So the reasons why at intervals I'll be telling you to drop a comment is so that I will be sure you are here with me. You don't just drop this thing and you're listening to my audio. Most times it's good you also see the visuals because it helps, all right? It's good you see the visuals because it helps. All right. Okay. All right. Mid last year, I ran a mobile video editing skill training. I had many posts and page likes, some DMs, and no conversion. But I think more persons knew about me though. Exactly. Exactly. So what actually happens here, Taiwo, is, sometimes, like there was a time I said in one of the early part of these trainings, you see, people don't really interact with a brand, especially when they get to know that brand for the first time. So there are different kinds of ads you can run on Facebook. You have the engagement ads or conversion ads, you have the lead ads and the rest, okay? Based on your objective, it determines the kind of ads you are going to put there, which also determines the kind of results you are going to get, okay? It determines the kind of results you are going to get. And I'm going to break it down. Like I told you guys, this Facebook advertising session is divided into 3. All right, so we'll have this first part, which is what we're doing now. The second part is the visual part where you will see how to run this ad. So you complement that with what you are going to learn in this first session. And the third session will happen in the Slack workspace where I'll get to answer your questions, if any. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm ready. All right. All right, we are always ready. I've downloaded the Ads Manager. All right, it's cool you have downloaded it, but don't do anything yet, okay? Just hold on till after the third session, okay, after the second session, all right? Just download it, fine, but don't do anything yet. All right, I'm ready, ever ready, ever ready. I'm with D, just like your name, Elisha. You are from the Bible age. I'm with D. Okay, so let's proceed. Facebook Ads Manager account. All right, the Facebook Ads Manager account, yeah, it might look so sophisticated, but it provides you with an overview of all your campaigns. All right, it provides you with an overview of all your campaigns. And if you don't have a Facebook page, you cannot run a Facebook ads. That is to say, if you have just your Facebook profile, your normal Facebook account, all right, you can't run an ad with your Facebook account. You need a Facebook page. You need a Facebook page. And how do you create your Facebook page? For the benefit of those that have not even tried it at all, we are going to switch over to Facebook, all right, so that you will see how to do that. Though I never had an intention of showing it. That is why I didn't add it in my slide. But thank God I asked that question. Now the question is now giving me the direction on how to flow. If I keep on explaining without even showing you how to create a page, then it doesn't make any sense. All right, so you can see the reason why I asked that question so that I would know how the flow of today's class would be. So we'll go over to Google now or over to my Facebook account, and I'll show you how to create a Facebook page. Then we'll come back and continue with how to create the Ads Manager account that is on the slide. Are we good to go? Can I proceed? Can I proceed? I need your engagement in today's training, all right? So I need your engagement. Tell me now in the comments, can I proceed to Facebook? I have a page now, but never run an ad. All right. So we want to go to Facebook now to show you guys how to create a Facebook page. Can I proceed? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. So don't just join the call and put it in loudspeaker, get engaged with other things. No, please. I want us to work together. All right. All right. So let's go to Google and we'll go to Facebook. I just type Facebook. Okay, I just type Facebook and Facebook is going to pop up. All right, so let me go to my profile. Now, this is what the Facebook page looks like. Later, I'm going to explain some things to you. Now, this is my Facebook page. All right, so if you go to your own Facebook profile, all you have to do to create your page is one, you can scroll down a bit. Look at these options you have in the sidebar. All right, if you can scroll, you see we have nothing relating to Facebook and the rest over here. Okay, now take a look at these 3 dots we have here, or you click on pages, or you tap on this box, the menu box we have here. Please, you can see the 3 options. Now let's start with option 1. When we click here, it has everything that only has to do with our profile. So there's nothing about Facebook. But because I already have a Facebook page, if I click here, it's going to show me the page I have and how it is running. But for the benefit of those that don't have, try and locate your menu, the menu option, all right? Once you tap on the menu option, you can see create here, okay? You can see create here. We have posts, we have story, we have room, and we have page, Okay, we also have ads, you have group, you have events, and the rest. Now, remember, our focus here is to create what? A page. The focus now is to create a page. So all you do is to tap on page, all right? Now, once you tap on page, there are basic things you must do. Like, remember I tell you, before you take your business online, you must have written down your objectives, a short and a clear description of what your business does, the solution you are providing. When you do these things, it makes it easier for you to know exactly what to do. Now, if you remember the day I taught you guys search engine optimization, I showed you a screenshot on how my page, hello, so please unmute yourself, mute yourself, please. So I shared a screenshot on how, like you saw a screenshot on Google, how my pages were performing, how I rank on the first page on Google, because I maintain the same name, I use the same description. Please mute yourself. Someone is distracting us here. All right. So you must be careful, like you must be prepared before going on Facebook to create a page. If your business name is, let's say, as mine is Laskill now, it means I want to stick with Laskill on all the platforms. So you add your business name here. All right. So let me just write test page. So test page Nigeria, just for the purpose of this training. All right. Test page Nigeria. Now you can see how it appears here. So this gives you a preview of what it looks like on a desktop. If you want to see what it looks like on the mobile, you tap here and you just see what it looks like again on the mobile. All right. So let's go back to desktop. So this is test page Nigeria. That is the name of the page. Now, this category is also important. The category of your business is important. All right. Every business has a category. All right. So just start by typing up anything. So let me just write education. Let me say education. So we have options, education website, education consultant. This is just a test page actually. So we have education website. You can see how these things are reflecting over here, right? Now, description. The assignment I gave you guys the last time where I told you to state in 150 words. Sorry, it's supposed to be in 150 letters, not 150 words. So that was a mistake I made, all right? So in 150 letters, tell us what your business is all about. Because these options, they give you a limited space to write what your business is all about. So you don't have all the space to start writing, my business is created out of the passion to do this and that. You just hit the nail on the head, give a summary of that. Like I gave an example, let us go to Instagram now to show you about, learn a skill on Instagram. So I remember that was the example I used then. So like on Instagram, you can see we have the same thing here, okay? We provide tips, teach courses, and create strategies that will guide you on how to discover digital skills to learn and monetize. So any platform, any social media platform or website, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, anywhere, YouTube, you go and you search for Laskill, this is exactly what you are going to see. So try as much as you can. It's also an assignment for you now. Go back and define your business in not less than 150 letters, not 150 words. All right, so I'm going to paste this here. So I've pasted it there. So this is the description of my business. Now, the next thing you are going to do at this point is to click on the create business. I hope you can all see this. You click on create business. I hope you can see this, guys. Create business. So once you tap on this, it's going to create your page. Sorry, create page, not create business. All right. So you tap on it, it's going to create your page. Now, at the end of this training, I am going to delete this page. Okay, just for the purpose of this training. So you see how it goes. So this page has been created. Now, I can now scroll down again. Now, the next thing I have to add here are the options for your profile picture and your cover photo. You can see what the cover section here. You see this particular section where my mouse is scrolling on now. This is more like your billboard. Make good use of it. This is your own billboard. Make good use of it. When we went back to my profile, or when I opened my profile, you saw what I have there, a picture of some students in my training center. So, and a picture of me on my branded t-shirts. So it already speaks what I do and what I'm all about. So the same thing applies to your business. Don't go here and start putting some kind of political stuff or religious stuff, except that is what you are promoting. Nobody say you shouldn't be religious or spiritual. In fact, it is the first and the most important thing for every human being. All right. But if you are creating a church page or a spiritual page, then it should reflect such. If this is for your business, let it reflect everything that has to do with your business. Okay. So when you tap here, all you have to do is to add a profile picture and to also add a cover photo. So in our next class, I'm going to teach you guys designs, graphic designs with Canva. So Canva makes it easier for you to get what you need. All right. So I don't know. Once you are done with this, you can click on save. I wouldn't want to go further. Okay, let me just go further. So I just tapped on that image. As I tapped on it, it took me to my laptop. You just have to access my laptop where I have pictures to use it. So let me just use this picture I have here as my profile picture. So this profile picture now is going to upload and you can see it's right there, okay? So for your own business, it should be your business logo, or if you are the brand, then it should have your own face. Sometimes people see your ads, they don't interact with your ad immediately until they know who they are dealing with. Some may click on your profile to go and know more about your page and even know how or who runs the business. So if you are your own brand, you are pushing and selling your own brand, then use your picture there, or you use your logo, all right? Now you add your cover photo, so you can tap on the plus sign again. It also goes to your gallery or wherever you have image. You select the picture. Let me repeat the same picture again instead of going through my computer. Now this thing is going to appear at this, yes, you can see it right here. Now this is not the proper dimension. That is why you can see some part of it is cut off. There is a particular dimension you must use for your pictures, for a cover photo, for your logo and the rest, which I'm going to explain to you when we talk about design essentials, fundamentals of design, where you understand how to use the right colors and the rest, okay? So I won't dive into that now so we don't get distracted. Now, once you are done with this, uploading your cover photo and your profile photo, you now click on save, okay? You now click on save. So once you are done with this, you now have a Facebook page. Now, this page, you see, you will now have a Facebook page. So Facebook is now giving you an option, connect your Facebook page to WhatsApp. You can now type here and put in your WhatsApp number. A code will be sent to your WhatsApp number. You confirm the code, and it is now linked to your WhatsApp. You can now have that as your button. But I won't go further with all those, okay? I won't go further. So let me just leave this. I won't go further with all those things now, all right? So as it stands now, we have a page. Now, this is my Facebook page. You can begin to invite your friends to come around while Facebook still gives you other options, okay? So this is exactly how to create your Facebook page. So let me just show you one more thing before we go back to our slide. Now you have created your page. You can just click on promote here to start promotion, okay? You can just click on promote to start promoting, but we have nothing to promote here. All right, so I clicked on promotion. It has brought me to these options, but I don't want to go into this yet so that you don't even get confused. All right, so I just have to go back. Now with this, you have a Facebook page. You can begin to, post your content and do other settings, which we're going to talk about later. But this is exactly how to create a Facebook page. Now, this page we have created is now linked to my own personal page. Sorry, to my own personal Facebook profile. So this page is linked to my own personal Facebook profile because I created it through my own personal Facebook profile. Now, if we go over to these options where we have pages and I tap on it, then you will see my pages. You can see it is now listed among my pages. Test page, Nigeria, education website, 0 likes. We know we just created it. Now, this is the page, my normal business page for Last Skill Training Center. You get it? So with this now, you have a page. You can start promoting your business. So let's go back to the slide so that we can proceed. So before then, please tell me if you understand this process and if it is clear enough. Remember, your project is fast approaching, all right? You are going to create your page, build your website, and even promote your business and do your presentations. So please make sure you understand every step before you give me a go ahead to proceed. All right. Some you may not understand at the point, but when you start practicing, you'll get to know better. So tell me in the comment section if you understand this step, what I just did now, so that we can proceed. All right. So that we can proceed. Okay. While your comments are coming in, let me come back to our page and let me see what we have in the comment section. So what if you are into selling products and training what? Training bars. Well, how do you combine it in creating a page? Okay. All right. Now, every business has a category. So you can look for a name that would cover everything you do, not a name that would limit you. For instance, if you're registering your business with CAC, I see people create 5, 10 business names for a particular set of business. There are sometimes you can just sit down to look for a name that can, you know, a name that can, yes, that can cover for all those business, a name that would also suitable, that wouldn't limit you to the kind of things you engage in, okay? So, but if it demands that you use a specific name for a specific business, it's up to you to decide that, all right? It's up to you to decide. So maybe we can still talk more about this, so I would understand what you mean by training bags. Is it training bags or so? I don't get it. So Mr. Taiwo, okay, I understand, I'm following training students. Okay, training students, all right. Okay, no problem, just try to look for a name that aligns, all right? So if you are selling products and you are training students, yeah, in one way or the other, you sell what you train students to learn, right? So look for a name that will suit both and you proceed with that, okay? So that is it. As I said, you must own a Facebook page before you can run an advert. So now that we have created a Facebook page and each and every one of you here knows how to create a Facebook page, then you can follow these steps in order to run your ads, okay? Then you can follow these steps in order to create, your ads manager account. Though one thing you have to understand is the fact that you've created that page. Let me go back to that page and show you something. Let me go back to that page and show you something. So you might not really go through these settings again because you've created that page. So if we come over to this place, this is our Facebook page. In fact, this time around, if you come to the menu again and you click on add, it will just take you to your business manager. You see, it brings you to this page. You select the kind of ad you want to run. So you want to create an ad, made ad using this and blah, or you just go straight to Meta Business Suite. So by the time you go straight to this place, I don't want it to link this page to my ad account, this test page I just created. So I wouldn't go that, but even if I go, I will still delete the page. So let me just do that for clarity purposes, so I would know everybody is on track. So by the time you click there, it just brings you here, all right? Don't worry, I don't want to confuse anybody. So the next thing you have to do here is just go over to the ads manager. Don't do that yet until we've gone through the second phase of this training. So go over to the ads manager and you create your ads manager account. All you have to do, click on the button that says ads manager, confirm your information and your account setup page. You can set your payment. I'm going to show you how to do that again, all right? So if I jump into that now, you will get confused and I don't want that. So once you are done with all this, you can now save your changes. So by the time you save your changes, you now have access to running ads on Facebook and promoting your ads on Facebook. All right. So what we just done now, we have been able to explain to you how to create your Facebook page and how to also create your ads manager account. Without a Facebook page, you cannot run an ad on Facebook. And without an ads manager account, you cannot also run an ad with your ads manager details, okay? So you must do these things. So automatically, once you create a page, you now have an ads manager account. It is now very easy, unlike before, okay? Now, the next thing we'll look at, 10.2, is ad creation through your Facebook ads manager. Now, you can run an ads in two ways. You can run an ad through your Facebook page. You can also run an ad through your Facebook ads manager. Please, this is the theoretical aspect of this training, and it is extremely important. A lot of us, or some of us that have tried ad, might just go into ad creation without understanding some basics and some fundamentals, and they are important. All right. So I wouldn't want to be going over to Google to show you anything again. Let me explain everything here so that in the next session where you go visuals, you can now relate it with what I'm explaining, okay? So for ad creation through your Facebook Ads Manager, it means you can run your ad from your ads manager. And another way is to also run your ad directly from your Facebook page. All right. You can run an ad from your Facebook page. You can run an ad from your ads manager, anyone you choose. But it is best you run your ad from your ad manager. When you run your ad from an ad manager, like I explained before, instead of using the mobile phone, you are open to a lot of options. It opens you to a lot of options, like the targeting, narrowing down your targeting, which the mobile app does well. You see other tools that are relevant, like you can understand and see them with definitions in clear terms without it looking so sophisticated in your eyes, you get? So you can use your Facebook ads account, you can page, and you can also use your Facebook ads manager account. So if you are using your ads manager account, which you are going to see live, how I will do it in the second session, then all you have to do is to just go into your ads manager account, then click on ads, and you are going to see this green button, as you can see on the screen. You see this green button that says create. You just tap on it and you begin the process. Now, if you remember when I started this, I said there are 3 elements everybody that runs an ad on Facebook must, and they always do this. Take a look at this one element, number 1. We have the campaigns. Remember, I told you something about campaigns. It is extremely important. You have the ad sets and you have the ads. When you go visuals, when we do the other session, you will understand this clearly. Please, this is just for theoretical purposes, so that when you go clear to the next session, you understand how it works. Okay, so with this, you'll be able to create an ad. There is no long story here. There is no stress in here. Once you go to your ads manager account, you click on create, it brings you to this dashboard where you begin to, do your settings and run your ads. Okay, is that clear enough, guys? Is that clear enough? Is that clear enough? So while the comment is coming in, the third option now is to choose an objective. When we go theoretical, when you'll be seeing it in visuals, how to run your ad. Excuse me. All right, Otikle, of course. Of course. That is my Yoruba brother, Daniel. Otikle. All right, so choose an objective, please. You don't run an ad without an objective. Just like I said in the early stages of our training, there must be a purpose why you are taking your business online. If you don't define what you want to achieve, then you are going to miss out. Like, you will regret going out there. So before you run an ad on Facebook, determine what you want to achieve with that ad. I still repeated this in the next, I'm also going to repeat it in the next session, which is the visual part. And I'll define in details what each Facebook objective means and how you should use it for your business. So please make sure you've defined what you want to achieve. Do you want to get more contacts, more leads? Do you want people to submit their emails and their phone number to you? That means you must be giving them an offer they cannot resist, and you must target the right people that will be interested in that offer so that you get their details. Do you want people to view your videos? You want your videos to get more views? Then there is an objective for that. Okay, so let me just go straight ahead to explain or to tell you the 11 different objectives to choose from. It all boils down to you. It depends on you, what you want to achieve for your business. If it is brand awareness, if it is reach, if it is website traffic, if it is engagement, if you want people to install your ads, your app, or you want them to view your video, you want to get people's email, or you want them to send you a DM, or you want conversions or catalog sales or store traffic, whatever it is in your hands to decide that. Okay, so let me explain this one by one briefly. Just let me explain it one by one. Now, when you are running an ad for brand awareness, now let's take, for instance, what Mr. Taiwo said. He said he ran an ad mid last year, I think with intention to sell a course or something of that nature, but he got more of likes and views or the rest, something of that nature. So You can as well take that to be a brand awareness. Okay, oh, this guy is new in the market, or I'm seeing this ad for the first time, even if the person has been existing for a very long time. Okay, no problem. I've come to see this ad. I'm now aware that this page does something like this. Okay, so one thing you should know about social media marketing, especially Facebook marketing, is that you must be consistent. In fact, as you are growing your business and as you are planning to take your business to the digital space, or if your business is already on the digital space, please have a monthly budget for advertising. The sweet and the beautiful thing with Facebook is you can run your ad with any budget, even 500 Naira. But trust me, don't run an ad of 500 Naira and expect to get the result that someone of 50,000 Naira is getting. All right? And the minimum number of days you should run an ad should be at least 4 days. At least 4 days. So how do you split 500 Naira to 4 days, including now that Facebook has is now deducting tax from your ads? So you can see it's not a visible plan. If you mean good for your business, also have a budget for it. So if you want brand awareness, you can run an ad and do 1,000 Naira every day for 10 days, for 30 days, or for 500 Naira every day for 30 days. When you do the multiplication, you know what it is. It is for your own business growth. I'm going to show you a screenshot of an ad I ran. I will show you the amount I used for that ad. I will show you the number of clicks it got and how much I have made, though I might not tell you the exact figure, but that is just to let you know the power of Facebook. Okay, so if it is brand awareness, you want people to know more about your brand, you can use that. If it is reach, just to get to a wider audience, to reach more people outside, let's say outside Akwa Ibom State. You want people in Lagos to know about your business. You want those in China to know about your business. You want those in America to know about your business. You can still use that option. If it is website traffic you want people to click on your ads and visit your website, then this is also a good option for you. All right, so I'm going to explain more as we proceed. If it is engagement you want, more like people engaging with your brand, maybe you just do a giveaway and you promote it. You will now tell them, follow my page, do this, like this, comment, tag this. You just want engagement on your page. You want activities to go on your page. Then you can use this. See, the truth is, all your advert must not be targeted on making sales. All right? All your adverts should not be targeted on making sales. Sometimes you just run an ad of maybe 5,000 Naira just to get people to know more about your business. It's actually a marketing strategy. Before you do that, you must have had a plan. You should have a marketing plan. And the reason why you are doing that, because of what you are. You see, for instance, I might run an ad to get people to know more about Lascale and send the traffic to my website, because I know I have installed Pixel on the website, which is going to track them, so that when I want to sell something to them, I can use the remarketing ad to target them wherever they are going to or wherever they go to in the digital space. It's a strategy. You get, it's a strategy. So if you want people to install your app, maybe you are an app developer or Codehouse have developed an app for your business, and you want people to download that app, then you can run an ad for app installs. Facebook is going to provide a link where you put the link to your ads, to your app. People click on it and they go and download your app. So which means for you to plan such marketing, you must do a video that explains, an explainer video that tells people more about or explains how the your app works. So everything must be planned before you start investing in your advertising or taking the business online. So let's say you are you're a comedian and you've done series of comedy skits. You want people to watch your videos, then you can promote for video views. If you want lead generations, for people to give you their email, for you to give them an ebook and an exchange, then you can do that. If you want people to send you DMs, then you can run an advert for conversion to get DMs. Okay, so every ad has its specific role. You must define what you want to achieve on Facebook before you run an ad. Don't run that ad because XYZ business is running an ad. Then you didn't plan your own and you just go there and run an ad. And at the end, you are not getting the results you want. Okay, so for the purpose of this session, this training, I'll be doing more of the traffic ads to drive more traffic to your website. It's more or less the things I explained in today's session, okay? So that we'll use that to understand how this goes, all right? So if you are looking to drive traffic, you see, when you select that option for website traffic, which you have here, website traffic, when you select these options, all Facebook will do is to provide a box for you to drop the link of that page or the link to that page you want to promote. Once you put in that link and you click on promotion, you do the rest of the settings. Facebook's goal is to ensure that people click on that link to visit your website. If you have installed Pixel on your website or not is not their concern. You have to know that as your own marketing strategy. All they will do is to ensure that people that see that ad clicks on it to visit your website. All right. I hope this is clear enough. Okay, let me go to the comment box. All right. Hard truth, not only for sales. Yes, of course. I'm actually Delta Igbo. Okay, but you are living in Lagos. Okay, sir, I was trying to ask if we can impute more than one category when creating Facebook page. Yes, you can. You can do that. It's extremely possible. You can do that. Yes, you can. Okay, so to the next one, you have to choose your audience. This is where a lot of people miss it. Okay, this is where a lot of people miss it. I was having a conversation with one of my clients. I told him, you see, do you know, instead of spending 100,000 to run an ad and you target, let's say, you use that 100,000, you target Lagos, you target Port Harcourt, you target Abuja, you target Akwa Ibom, you target, let's say, Kaduna, for instance. So this is 100,000 you use in one ad to target these 5 states. I would advise you do 20,000, split that ad into 5, one ad, even if it's the same content, one ad, at least you should have a little bit of differences in each of those ad sets. One of those ad sets should go to Lagos, one should be focused on in Uyo, one in Port Harcourt, one in, now instead of that 100,000, you now have the same 100,000 splitted into 5 to run 20,000 naira ads in different states. Now, the reason why we are doing this is, like I told you, the benefit of digital marketing. You can pause the ad if it's not performing well. Now, what happens? By the time you fund your account and you run these ads, let's say after 3 days or after 1 week, you go back to the ads. You can tell the state that is doing fine. You can tell the ads that is performing fine. So let's say at the end of the day, you now notice that the people in Lagos are engaging more with your ads and taking action. People in Uyo are also engaging. People in Port Harcourt, the same thing. People in Abuja, the same. Maybe people in Kaduna or rest are not really engaging with your ad. You can decide to stop that of Kaduna and focus or, top the money or the bid which you have for the ad in Lagos or the ad in Port Harcourt or the ad in Akwa Ibom, because they are giving you the desired result. Here you can trace down and narrow down the ad that is performing fine, and you add more money there to get more results. Unlike when you use the same 100,000 and you target the whole of these states, you might not be able to interpret the data except you have been in the field for a very long time. You might not be able to interpret the data clearly to decide on the particular area or location that is giving you more of the traffic. So to help you understand this, Facebook has what we call an audience definition gauge. So it helps you see, okay, the possible reach or the estimated reach for this amount of money you are putting in, or, to show you how many persons you are likely to get when you run that ad. You get? So by the time you have defined the audience you want to target and you move ahead to run that ad, there is every possibility that you will get the desired result because you have done your homework before going online. And because you also understand how the audience definition gauge works, which is what you can see on the screen, then it helps you run a better ad. Now, take a look. By default, it will always be in US, United States. That is where our chairman is, okay? So you can always change this to Nigeria. You are going to see that in the visual session of this training. The reason why I don't want to mix it is so that those that are learning Facebook for the first time will not see it challenging. Go through this process. In the second session, we'll go through the visual session. Then you are going to clearly understand and mix, you are going to, fix these boxes together to run a profitable business. Now, this is the gauge I'm talking about, as you can see here. So it tells you how good or the estimated reach. You can see what we have here. Potential reach, about 184 million people, 18 to 65 years, location United States, specific reach or broad reach. And it can actually give you a clearer picture on what or how your ad is going to perform and the number of persons is going to meet. Don't worry if this is not clear or if it is a bit blurry, don't bother. You are still going to get a clearer version of it in the visual part, okay? So this audience definition gauge goes a long way to help you. Now, what are the things you are to consider here? You have to consider the location. You have to consider the age. You have to consider the gender. You also have to consider the language, the connections, the interest. In fact, the thing is, once you find a group that responds well to your ad, like I told you earlier, Facebook allows you to save this audience to be used again later, all right? Now, I have an ad I run for the audience in Lagos, if they are my targets. I have the ones I run for the audience here in Uyo, in Akwa Ibom. If I want to maybe promote a physical training, if it is an online class, maybe free or a premium class, we target those in Lagos and wherever they are in the world to participate in it. Now, the sweet thing with Facebook, or the beautiful thing with Facebook, is you can always save this audience so that you don't come back to repeat the same process over and over and over again. You see, for the clients we manage, or have their own audience set and built in already. So anytime the audience or the client wants to promote his or her business again, we'll just go back, maybe do a little touch, or we'll still use the same audience and we'll push that business again or that ad, and they continue to get what they want on the digital space. So these are the things you must actually define before you run your ad. You see, it looks more like so much work to do, but the truth is, if you understand it and do it well, you will get results. And the bitter truth as well is you must understand this in order to get a good result. But if you know you don't have that time to be doing and looking into all this, then you should be ready to pay someone to do it for you. Okay? You should be ready to pay someone to do it for you. So the truth is, with Facebook, you can target people, whoever it is. If you just want your ads to show only to those within the ages of 18 to 25 that uses iPhone, because those that all of them that uses iPhone should be able to purchase a goods worth maybe 10,000, 5,000 online. You can do that with your Facebook ads. That is the reason why you see so many brands running on Facebook, going on Facebook to promote their business. And that is why at the same time, a lot of people will still drag Facebook to court that Facebook is invading into their privacy. They don't have any privacy again because they sell their details to third-party networks and the rest. And Facebook will still continue to defend itself and also take the necessary measures in order, not to give out people's details, but as well to still make sure that their advertisers get value for what they want. So you can see it is all business and you must understand how it works. All right. So I hope this is clear enough before we go to 10.5. Remember, I told you I won't talk much on this so that by the time we go visuals, you begin to understand how this thing works and what to apply in your business. All right, let me go to the comment section. Okay, sir, can you explain what each color on the gauge, okay, what each color on the gauge depicts? And for example, if it goes beyond the green color or yellow, what does it mean? Okay, now when it comes to that gauge, let me go back to it so we can see it. All right, when it is red, it is specific. So sometimes when your audience are too specific, like you just want to target maybe only those between the ages of 18 to 20, and maybe only those, when you are just too specific about what you want, sometimes you might not get the desired result because those specifics might not engage with that. They might not, and it's not a good option. It's not a good option. When it is green, there is a possibility for success. So that is to say, when you target those between the same 18 to 25, and maybe you also target those in, maybe in Uyo, you now target those in, let's say, Abak, those in Eket, those in Idoro, those in just some different cities in Akwa Ibom State. You are likely to get results when you actually define what you want, but when you are not too specific with just the exact kind of audience you want. You get it? Now, when it is too broad is where you now select so many audience. Like, don't overdo anything and don't underdo it. Just try to keep it average. So when you just want to target the whole world, the whole city and everybody, it is too broad. The thing is, when it is too broad, you'll find it difficult to even understand the analytics and to get a better result because you cannot really make a decision for your business based on the results you see. When it's too specific, the same thing happens. Maybe at that moment or at that point, they might not even really engage more because the people you are looking at are too specific and might just be few in number. So, but when it is average, when you try to balance things up, you are likely to get a better result. So in the visual part of this training, of this Facebook ads, I also explain that and you will get a clearer understanding. So this is just to like give you an insight so that when you see it again in the other parts, you would know what it means, okay? I hope I can proceed. All right, so like I said, these things are very, very important, all right? They are extremely important you know these things. One thing you should also consider again for your business is your budgets, okay? One thing you should also consider again is your budget, your advertising budget for your business, how much you want to spend on your ad. There are two ways it works. You can actually define a daily budget, all right? You can define a daily budget or a lifetime budget, okay? You can define a daily budget or a lifetime budget, all right? So Facebook allows you to set the one you prefer, either a daily budget or a lifetime budget. So, but you need to understand the difference. Personally, and I will advise you, especially as beginners, in fact, when you get to that point, be careful. In the visual part, I explained it there. When you get to that point of setting your budget, be extremely careful. A lot of people complain that Facebook keeps billing them. Facebook keeps billing them unnecessarily, or they have money in their accounts, but they cannot pay for their ad, or Facebook does not accept their card and the rest, a lot of challenges. So be very careful. Look at the dates very, very well. So I will advise you to use option 1, your daily budget. So that is to say, if you want your ads to run for 10 days, okay, now let me break it down in a way you understand. I want to run an ad on Facebook and my budget is 20,000. With 20,000, you can run your ads to show on Facebook for 7 days. You can run your ads to show on you can run your ad to show on Facebook for 20 days. You can run your ad to show on Facebook for 30 days, even for 60 days with the same 20,000. All you have to do is to split that 20,000 across how many days you want to run that ad. I don't know if this is clear enough. So let's say you want to run an ad and you have 20,000 and you want that ad to show on 20 days. It means you are going to spend 1,000 naira per day. So that is how it works. So you now define. So the same 20,000, if you want to run that ad for 30 days, it means you are going to divide 30 by 20 to know what it gives you, 20 by 30 to know what it gives you so that you know how much you will spend in a day. So let's say you want to use the same 20,000 to run an ad that will show on Facebook for 40 days. It means you are going to spend 500 naira every day for 40 days, which is 20,000 naira. I don't know if this is clear. Please tell me, because this is a very, very vital part. This is a vital part of this training, please. I hope this is clear. So whatever your budget is, and you've determined how many days you want to run that ad, all you have to do is to split that ad across that number of days. All right? Okay, thank you. All you have to do is to split that ad across that number of days you want to run the ads. All right? So for daily budget, if you want your ad to run continuously throughout the day, this is the option you will go for. All right? Daily budget, that is what I use for my clients, and that is what I will recommend you use. don't try a lifetime budget, except you have understood, you really understand how to use Facebook very, very well, and you have a budget for that. But trust me, at some point, you would want to change your goals and your objective. So why will you go for a lifetime budget? Sometimes you might decide to promote a video. Sometimes you might decide to promote an audio. Sometimes you might decide to just run an ad for engagement. Do you can have a lifetime ad running while you still do other set of ads. You get it? So it doesn't mean if you are running a lifetime ad budget, you cannot do daily. No, you can still do all. You can still do both. But you just have to be careful. As beginners, please go for daily budgets, okay? Now, when we talk about the other part, which is the lifetime budget. So in the screenshot, you can see what it looks like. Daily budget. When you tap on daily budget, you are going to see this in the visual part. All right, this screenshot might not be clear enough. You know, something about when you take screenshots, most times they don't really come out clear. So bear with me. It's not really coming out. I don't know if you can see it clearly, or maybe because the screen is wild on the mobile phone, it should be very clear. All right. So here, this is what it looks like. For daily budget, if you tap on daily budget now, you can see this box you have close to it. All you can do here is to just add the amount of money. All right. The amount of money you want to spend for that ad. If it is 20,000, put 20,000. Please take note of this. This is showing in dollars. If yours is showing in dollars, please know the conversion of $20 in Naira. The conversion of 20,000 Naira in dollars, then put it here. But if Facebook is billing you in Naira, then you will see your Naira sign. You just put the 20,000 Naira. As it is showing dollars, and you now put 20,000 inside here. My brother, that is $20,000. So Facebook will just be billing your account. Anytime money enter your account, they will just be billing you. A lot of people have had this challenge, please. So be careful here. Don't run your ads with tension. If you come to this stage, calm down and do the needful, please. So if Facebook is charging or is billing you in dollars, know the conversion for the amount of dollars you want to spend. Then you use it, you put that value here. Now, if you come down a bit, you are going to see the options here. It says, run my ad set continuously starting today. Please don't choose this option. Choose the second option that says, set a start and end date. So what happens when you set a start and end date? If you set it to start running today, that is the 21st, I think today is 21st. If you set it today to start running today, that is 21st, and to stop at 30th, which is 9 days, it means once it gets to that time, it stops. Then Facebook will bill your account to charge or to collect that amount of money. So where people make that mistake, maybe they now leave it at this first option that says, run my ad continuously starting today, and they proceed. So Facebook will continue to build their account. Facebook will continue to build, because that is the option you told them. They will continue to build your account. So make sure you set a start and end date. By the time you set your start and end date, when it gets to that date, it stops. Then Facebook collects that amount of money from your account. All right. I hope this is clear enough. Please take good note of it. If you want to run an ad, once you come to this area, be extremely careful, because you are definitely linking your bank accounts to it. Except you use a prepaid ad account where you have to top in money, then they charge from the money you have there, then that is cool. So please be extremely careful at this point, okay? So is there a way one can select his or her currency and not FB imposing? Yes, of course you can. Yes, you can. You will see that in the visual parts, all right? You can. You can select your currency. You can. It's very, very possible. Oh, what have I done? Okay, it's very, very possible. All right, it's very, very possible. Yeah. So I hope I can proceed, guys. I hope you get this clearly. So there are certain things you have to understand now. By the time you click on the option we have here, you can see show advanced options. Now, when you select this, there are some few things you now have to work on, maybe the schedule and the rest. The schedule here, you now begin to consider if you want that ad to run immediately. Definitely, you want it to start running, or you can choose your time. Okay, you choose the time. So let's say you are setting up this ad at 10 a.m. You can just set it to 11 a.m. because by then you know you should be done with all the settings and everything. When you submit the ad, Facebook starts showing up your ads. Once it is been approved, everybody begins to see your ad. Another thing again is your optimization and pricing. Please, your pricing matters, and I'll continue to say it. Pricing matters. Set your budget before you go there. All right. And if you understand Facebook very well, there are times where you don't even have to spend much again, and you'll be getting good results because you've understood how to target your right audience. Or maybe one or two of the audience you've targeted, you have found out to be the best option. See, when you start Facebook ads, don't always expect results, especially at your first ads. Sorry, especially with your first ads. All right. Don't always expect the best results ever. Sometimes, see, let me tell you a story. In 2019, yes, 2019, I met a client based on referral. So we got talking, and after the conversation, we agreed to run a 50,000 naira ad. So they paid the money into my account. I got home. I began the settings. In fact, that is the reason why I told you when you come to budgets, be extremely careful. So when I go home, I began to set the ads and everything. So Facebook bills me in dollars because I have a dollar Facebook ad account and I have a Naira. So I was using the dollar ad for that. Now, so I wanted to run a test ad for that client to understand her audience before I will now run the main ad. So I now decided to split that 50,000. So let me use 10,000 to run the test ad. Then when I look back into the analytics and see how it performs, I can now know where to invest the 40,000 naira. So that was my intention. I start setting up the ad. I did everything. She said she wants a direct WhatsApp chat to her. I said, all right. So I did all the settings, linked her WhatsApp to the Facebook ad. After everything is done, the mistake I made was that I forgot I was billed out, that I was using my dollar account. So I now typed in 10,000. So hoping that Facebook is going to deduct 10,000 naira, I don't know, it was $10,000. This is a costly mistake, but so what happens? After the whole setup, I now click on submit. My dear, there's a big money for Facebook now. In less than 30 minutes or so, the ad was approved. Now, I went back to other things I was doing, only for the lady to call me. Now, please, oh, please, the messages are too much. Imagine a client now complaining that the messages are too much, or that thank God this is the new phone her husband bought for her. Else, she know her phone must have hung and even gone down, shut down. That please, oh, that I should post the ad so that let her attend to this number of people that are already contacting her. Then I was like, this ad has not been up, like it has not even been up to 2 hours. This ad was approved. So what is happening? Only for me to go back, and I saw that Facebook was billing me based on $10,000 and not 10,000 naira. My brother, this is an experience I'll never forget. Anytime I'm teaching people Facebook marketing, I tell them to be very, very careful when they come there, just like what I'm telling you today. So be extremely careful. The truth is, at the end of the day, I could not even do anything again because, in fact, I have to even pay extra because do $10,000 is more than 50,000 naira now. So my own money went in. I still have to, compensate the client. So what I have to do, what I did at that point was I began to work with that client. Now I told her, okay, so what's going to happen? Let's have a plan B. Over 200 people have contacted you. Let us narrow down to ensure that we get those that will register for your 30,000 naira training with this. So, I now have to come into her. I didn't even tell her the mistake I made. I have to help. I have to put in my time, effort, creating a lot of strategies to help her so that she won't know that I've already misused that money she sent to me. But to God be the glory, she got calls, we got contacts, we made good use of it. And I even have to involve myself in the strategy strategies and everything to convert those leads, even placing mobile calls to, get them to register and everything. It was a costly mistake. But I know I cannot make such mistakes again, and you should not make such mistakes, okay? So be very, very careful with that. Then the third thing again is the delivery, all right? The delivery. So do you want your ads to show every day and every time, or do you want your ad to show at a particular point in time? Let's say you want your ad to show only in the evenings. You can set that when you click on that advanced settings. If you want your ad to show from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., today, then 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. the next day, 9 a.m. No, at that same time, all true, fine. You can do all these settings, all right? But don't stress yourself about these things yet, especially if you are still new on Facebook, all right? They might look so difficult for you to understand and work with, okay? So please, it is extremely important you understand these things and how it works, especially when it comes to budgeting. Be very, very careful of how much you are investing there. All right. So let's talk about ad creation. Let's talk about ads creation. Before then, if you have any question, please tell me. We are in 10.6. The next is 10.7. Then we'll do the second session of this class. So let's create an ad. Before then, if you have a question, you ask, because I know the kind of questions you'll be asking on Slack will be quite different from these based on what you're going to learn in the second session. Okay. Yeah, that was my experience. All right, so create your ads, all right? So like I said, what do you want your ad to look like? Everything boils down to what? Your objective. All right, everything boils down to your objective. If you want to increase the number of clicks on your website, or then Facebook Ads Manager will suggest the clicks on website options. So the beautiful thing with Facebook is whatever it is you want to do, whatever you want to accomplish, there is an objective that will suit into that for you, and you use that for your business. Okay. So there are two formats you should also get to understand and get familiar with. You can run an ad to take your traffic or to drive the traffic to your store, or you can run an ad to show carousels, more images of what you sell. All right, this is what it looks like. So over here, this is an example of a link ad. All right, this is just one ad on Facebook that when someone clicks on shop now, it takes them to your website where you have different products where they can select from and buy. This is just an example of a link ad, just one single image ad. This is another example of a carousel ads. I know a lot of you must have seen these ads on Facebook where you have to scroll. I think this Wix, or is it Wix, or there is this mobile app that usually do more of such ad, even the Jumia and the likes. Wish mobile app. Which websites? I know they do more of this carousel ads. You just have to swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe to see more products. So most times e-commerce stores does that. Then depending on what you want to achieve for your business, if carousel is going to pass more message about it, then you can also use carousel. I remember the mistake I made one time using carousel ad. So I was thinking the carousel ad is going to appear the way I have structured it. So I did this kind of ad we usually do on Instagram, where when you swipe, the messages still flow, they still fall across, they still rhyme, So that was what I did on Facebook. And after the whole thing, when the ad went live, everything was scattered. It was not even making sense again. I just have to, I paused the ad, tried to edit, published again, still the same thing. I just paused the ad and I left it, and I used another video promotion. So most times there are errors, there are mistakes you will make, okay? So the mistakes does not mean you are not on track. It's actually giving you a better reasons to understand the platform, to know what works, how it works, and do more of what works best for you, okay? So you must understand these things very well. Now there are recommendations. There are recommendations to the size and the dimensions of images you must use. There are recommendations here which you must use for your ads. Okay, so these are the recommendations. Yeah, we are going to get a slide so that it can help you too. Yeah, you are going to get a slide so that you can look through. Okay, so whatever it is you are working out there on the social platform, especially on Facebook as it is, there are recommendations. There are recommended sizes which you must use. There are a number of characters or words or characters which you must have either on your headline, in your link description, or even in your text. Okay, in the visual part of this session, you are going to see that and you understand it. So what it simply means is that if you are running your regular ad, if maybe you want to do carousel ads, there is a particular dimension you must use, which is 1080 by 1080 pixels. 1080 by 1080 pixels. It appears in the same size and you use it across. Okay, so if it is just a single image, you can still do 1080 by 1080, yes. At the same time, there is still more like a landscape dimension of image you can use. So one beautiful way to get these images without stressing your brain is even to use Canva to make your design, which I'm going to teach you guys in the next training, Design Essentials, before we now look into Google Ads. Okay. So after our next class, that is to say next week, you are going to learn Google Ads, and you're also going to learn Canva design. So you'll learn graphic design, because as a digital marketer, you should be able to make your designs. And as a digital marketer, to having limited time or need to speed up with the things you have to meet up with, you also need to learn how to do these things fast. Okay, so if you are good with CorelDRAW or Photoshop, that is awesome. If you are new into the design phase and you might not have all those patience to start learning or Photoshop and the rest, then you are going to learn Canva. So in the next training, I'm going to teach you designs. Then in the upper one, we'll do Google Ads. All right. Okay, so keep in mind, all right, keep in mind that everything I've been explaining to you are the options for a traffic ad objective. So like I said, you want to drive traffic to your website. The kind of images you use is different from what you would use if you are running a single ad. If you want to run an ad on Google, it's a different dimension of image you would use. If you want the ones that will show on your stories, there's also a different dimension. But the beautiful thing now is just get one dimension straight. Get one dimension right. If you're running that ad to show on Facebook, on Instagram, even on the stories, even on the feed, Facebook will just automatically resize those things for you. But as long as it's closer to the dimension or the exact dimension that is required for that kind of ads, Facebook has a way to make it align in stories, in feeds, in messengers, in sidebars, and the rest. You understand that in the second session, okay? So once you've selected the kind of ad you want to run, then make sure you use the required image for it so that you get the best results, okay? So let me show you what it looks like. This is what the desktop newsfeed ads look like, okay? You can see definitely this size we are seeing here is not a 1080 by 1080 dimension, all right? It's not a 1080 by 1080 dimension. Okay, but it still shows, what the business is about, is displaying to their audience and the rest. Now, if you run these same ads to show on Facebook, to show on Instagram, to show on Instagram stories, to show on Facebook Messenger, to show on Facebook sidebar, yeah, Facebook has a way of resizing. They have the tools to just resize and, give this exactly what you want. But your major priority or the major place you want these ads to show, ensure you stick to the required dimension to get it done, okay? This is a typical example of what a mobile news feed looks like, all right? This is a typical example of what a mobile news feed looks like. So it still has its own dimension. This dimension now and this other one can still be the same dimensions. It's just, it's just have to, there's a word we use for it. It's not coming. Most of the ads are responsive enough to just adjust to your mobile phone or your desktop, irrespective of the device you use. This is an example of what an ad looks like on the desktop column, all right, in the right column of the desktop. If you remember vividly, let me just show you on Facebook. When we went on Facebook to my page, there were some ads we saw there on Facebook to my feeds. Now, this is what the sidebar looks like. You can see these ads on the sidebar. All right, this is what it looks like. So these are ads, and you can see the title here, sponsor. So these are the right sidebar, okay? This is the right column sidebar ads that always pop. So you can run your ads to show on this part of the Facebook website. Your ad can also show on stories. Sometimes you notice by the time you begin to click stories, maybe when I move from these stories, when I move to navigate through these stories now, before I move to 3 or the 3rd story, an ad is going to pop. In fact, after every 2 stories, after every 2 to 3 stories, an ad shows up. After every 2 to 3 stories, an ad shows up. Like you can see what we have here. By the time I go to a page or a section and come back, this is going to change again. You get it? So you can see a lot of people advertising and doing a lot. So the reason why I'm seeing something like this is because I have engaged with maybe a content similar to this. You see, you can see marketing here. This is something relating to marketing. So they have been able to, Facebook is showing them this ad or showing me this ad based on the things I've engaged with online. So I'm more or less this person's audience, which is something that I'm likely to click on because I would like to know more. Oh, impactful marketing made easy. As a digital marketer, I still want to find out more to grow my knowledge. If you look at this ad now, it talks about conference. All right, it talks about Outworld Conference. So I could relate with this ad because I do trainings, I do seminars, I go for conferences. It's something I like, something I enjoy. So I would also want to know more about that. So the same thing applies to you. On your own feed, you also see ads that are relating to what you like or a brand you've associated with. That is to show that whoever is running this ad is running a detailed ad, a well-targeted ad, and as well a profitable ads, because once I see this thing and I click on it to go to the website, if they have their pixel there, it's going to cookie me. All right, it's going to cookie me, cookie my device, and anywhere I continue going, I will see their ad. If they are also running a Google ad, it means if I'm using any of the mobile apps again and my app is on, I can as well see their ads in the Google ads or in the app where I'm even playing game or even trying to use InShots to edit videos and the rest. So you can see the power of this marketing. So especially when it is either the Facebook or the social media ad and the Google ads, those are the 2 main ads you need to learn. The other ones, you can try to learn them on your own, or I can give you an insight on how to go about them. But with Google ads, Facebook ads, you will go a long way in the digital space, okay? So let me go back to my slide. We are wrapping up. We are wrapping up already. We are wrapping up. I think we have less than 30 minutes to go. So we are wrapping up already. So this is what a desktop right column ad looks like. I have shown that to you from where we are just coming from. So what happens again? There is something extremely important. Monitoring your ad metrics. Monitoring your ad metrics, please. This is extremely, just like insights, as we usually talk, as I usually tell you, okay? Seems you're a Marvel fan too. Yes, I am. I'm a Marvel fan. Yeah. So that is it. You get it. So monitoring your ad is extremely important. All right. It's extremely important. So there are key things you should be looking out for when you look into your insights to know how your ad is performing and how people are engaging with your brand, and you know what to do. All right. So once your ads are running, all right, you just need to observe. You need to understand what is happening. Now, according to Facebook, there are some key metrics you should be looking out for, which I'm going to explain with their definitions in the next slide, okay? So these things are important. You can see that everything you do in the digital space, you must look through your analytics. You must understand your analytics. The first thing is to understand the performance, how the ad is performing. I'm going to show you a screenshot of my own ad. The last ad, should I use last? No, the recent ad I ran, the results it got me, and how we are using those details or those information to remarket to our audience, okay? So take note of the performance ad. Once you get the slide, you can always read through to get a clearer understanding. The next is the engagements. So try to look at the engagement details, insights, how people really interacted with that ad that you've just placed. It helps you take a decision. It helps you understand, okay, even the age range, you get it, the demography, even the location where your audience are coming from. This will also help you understand those, okay? The videos as well, the same thing. You can go ahead to, to customize this to know the number of average views you have. See, the dashboard has a lot of information, okay? The dashboard has a lot of information. So depending on your ad objective, the purpose of the ad you have run, you should know the kind of metrics to look out for. So everything here does not mean the 11 of them I've listed here does not mean you must look through, okay, the 8 of them. No. If you have run an ad to drive traffic to your website, you can consider, okay, how many people even like, or what are the impressions like? How many people even clicked to go to your website, then even made payments or even add your product to cart? Those are the kind of details you should be interested in. If you didn't run a video ad, so why will you be looking at this? You get? If you didn't run an engagement ad, why will you be looking at this? Though you might just look at the figures, you know, oh, I ran an ad to send the traffic to my website, but I think people still engaged on it. You can still know these details, but it's not all the details you need. But these are key details you should at least look out for. The same thing if you have an app or you're running for an event for people to come to your event or for people to click, all these objectives, there are analytics you must look through. Okay, there are analytics you must look through in order to understand how it works, how it goes, what you should do, and how you should do it better. Okay, am I making sense? Please tell me. I want to be sure you guys are with me before I proceed. We are almost wrapping up. We are almost at the end of today of this first session so that we can move over to the second session. If you are with me, please tell me in the comment section so I don't feel lonely, so I know I still have people with me. Tell me in the comment section. We are wrapping up in section 1 now, okay? So please tell me so that I can now show you an insight of my recent ads. You see how it performed, the amount of money I spent, and even how you should do yours better, okay? All right. Okay, I'm following Taiwo, I'm following. Thank you, Daniel. You can proceed, sir. Okay. All right, namesake, well done, well done. All right, guys. So this, regardless of which metrics, all right, the goal of looking through your metrics is to understand your audience. Now, take a look at this ad you can see. Take a look at this ad. I spent how much here? You can see now, created by Charles Ifeanyi. So I'm sharing my own screenshots with you, though I don't want to take my dashboard live. That is the reason why I took screenshots. Now, this was what? On the 1st of April, okay? I did a training on the 9th of April. Yes, on the 9th of April, a skill up training, a free seminar where we taught ICT basic skills, we taught public speaking skills, we taught digital marketing strategies, and we also taught Canva graphic design. So I promoted that ad. I just remember I have few, I think that was 1,800 in my Facebook account. So I was like, oh, okay, let me just use it to try out and just push this ad. I targeted the audience very well, both looking at the interest, looking at the likes. Now, let me blow your mind. I ran this ad with 1,600 Naira. 131 people clicked on the link to go to the landing page. Okay. This ad reached about 9,718 persons. All right. So among that 9,000, remember when we started this training, I taught you guys about the AIDA model of marketing. It's not everybody that sees your ad or your business that will be interested. The ones that are interested, that want to know more, will click on to go further. The ones that have found, have more interest and desire to move ahead with you will make a payment. When they have that interaction with your brand, they trust your brand and they make a payment to you, it is now up to you to retain that person. So this ad reached 9,000 people. Amongst that 9,131 clicks, so maybe there should still be some number of wrong targetings I did, or people that were not interested at the moment, or maybe my content or the write-up was not good enough to convince them. Whatever it is, I don't know. But the thing is, over 9 out of 9,000 people, for imagine 1,600, of which this ad ran for like 4 days, and we'll have to split about 400 Naira or so, because Facebook will also take up tax. So if I could spend 1.6 for 4 days to reach 9,000 people, how much do you think, how many people do you think I would reach if I spend 5,000 Naira a day for 10 days for an ad where they have to pay a registration fee of maybe 10,000, you see that you are going to cover that money. That is why people sell products as cheap as possible. You see, go online, you will see quality courses sold for 1,000 naira. They are not really interested in your 1,000 naira. They are interested in how many people that will buy that thing for 1,000 naira. So imagine you run an ad of 100,000 naira where you sell a product for 1,000 naira and over 1,000 people clicks on that ad. That is like 1,000,000 naira. Over 900,000 naira profit, return on investment, sitting at home just because you have understood the process and you've automated everything. So if you are not taking your business, or if you are not thinking on taking your business online, please wake up. Just understand this. The next session of this training, where we will go practical, please try as much as you can to watch, understand, and do the needful. People are making billions on Facebook, sitting inside their house, irrespective of the kind of TV they have, or whether they even eat, or whether they even dress well. It's none of their business. They are making their money online. So you too can do the same. So to cut the long story short, with this whole analytics, this spent amount of money I spent to get this amount of people to click, and down to those that came down to the training, where I now upsold another paid class for them. And I know I got over 10 of them. In fact, everybody that came for that training, we are interested in the paid class. We are interested in the paid class. And for all of them that came for that training, they also got a discount, of which 1,006 I've made like 5 to 10 times more money from just those people that came. So that's to show you the power of social media marketing, especially when you understand your audience. Now, I went further again to look at the analytics. This will help me take a better decision in the next ad. I have more men interacting with my ads than women. Now, remember, sometimes when you are creating your Facebook page or you're creating your Gmail account and all those stuff, you see options where they ask if you're a man or a woman. You're like a male or a female. If you're a male, you select male. If you're a female, you select female. If you also have a third option to say rather not say. I hope you guys can relate with that. Now, those rather not say set of people, they are the ones that are being graded here as unknown, which is very low. We don't even have issues with the rather unknown people, but maybe they still interact and still buy your products. It's none of your business as long as you still got their money. So I have more men interacting and interested in my trainings than the women. You get? And looking at the age range, if you see in the next session, I made mention of it. And I was very, very sure. You see, if you want to sell your stuff online in Nigeria, and you are targeting 16 to 65 because Facebook is giving you that option, or 18 to 65, you are making a mistake. You see, the buying age in Nigeria is from 25, or you say 20. Those ones are the ones that are already working. At least they have something doing. They can take a buying decision, or to an extent, they can convince their parents or their loved ones to pay for a course for them and the rest. So depending on what you are selling, actually, in fact, if you are selling a training for kids, let's say coding for kids, will you go and target 5 years to 18 years because they are your targets? No, you can even look at 34 or 35 to 50 years because those are parents and uncles that want to enroll their child for that coding training, because everybody now understands the importance of learning a tech skill. So when you look at this analytics, it gives you a better understanding on those that are interacting with your ad. So it means if I want to run my next ad, I can look at those between the ages of 25 to 45. I can look at targeting those between the ages of 25, because from this analytics we have here, 25 to 34 years age, this is 35 to 44. So I can run my next ad to show those within the ages of, I can still take it down a bit, maybe 23 or 24 to 45 or to 50. And I'll get a desired result if I target them well. So when you look at insight, it helps you with the kind of decision to take for your business. Now look at the next insight again. Now, when I went further again to understand the insight, looking at the location, at the placement, you can see, like I told you, we have more people using their mobile phones than those using their desktop. These ads, the placement for this ad was just on mobile devices, because I know even 2 a.m., some people will wake up to go and ease themselves at 2 a.m. They will go with their phone to even check their Facebook and Instagram. Some people will wake up in the morning before they even pray and thank God. They'll say they will go and check what is happening on Facebook and Instagram. Why they have not checked what the word of God is telling them in their Bible. However it comes, you target them, get them to do what you want. Everybody and his own salvation. But the reason why I'm explaining and why I'm showing you this data is to make, right now, I know that, oh, my audience do more of mobile devices. I can put up my ads now to show more, and just let it ignore the desktop and let it show on mobile, or let it still show on mobile and desktop. Definitely, those people in desktop, when they get back home or when they're not using their laptop, then they will use their mobile phones. That is the more reason why you also have to use a good, eye-catchy and quality images or videos for whatever it is you are pushing online. One of my clients told me that his ad has been rejected, his ad, he cannot proceed. He has been calling and disturbing. Then I told him, let me see. If I just went to his Facebook, Instagram page, and I saw the picture he wanted to promote. Number one, the picture was upside down. Number two, the picture is not. I was like, don't try this. Even if I'm Facebook, I will not even accept such, even if I know you personally. Like, even if Mark knows I'm the one that is running this ad, Mark will reject it. So that is just what it is. Make sure you put up those things that will be engaging enough. If you are doing video, do good videos. If you are doing graphics, do good graphics. I'm going to teach you graphic in the next training. And as well, I think I would like us to have this kind of an interacting session on Slack, where we even get to know each other better and the potentials we have to see how we can even collaborate and do things together as a community that met at KodeCamp, to see what we can even do together and even make life easier for each other. All right. Now, looking at this other part of this now, this other screen, you can see the audience engagement. I remember vividly that when I ran this ad, I targeted Akwa Ibom, I targeted Cross River because it's very close, Enugu State, though I know I was just like, okay, let me just see what happens. Let me look at the insights from there. And Abia State because it is still close to Uyo. This unknown, I don't know where that data is coming from. And I don't even know. Maybe those that have hidden their location so that you don't, all these things we do on our mobile phone, location, privacy, and the rest, they have a way of affecting the adverts or the things we see on the social space. So maybe these are those that have decided not to show their location, so their location could not be tracked. But look at it now, Akwa Ibom, because it was my target. Over 52.5% were from Akwa Ibom, and it was even Uyo specifically I targeted. And those that came for that training were from Uyo. From Cross River, they indicated interest, but they were like, sir, it's too far, or we have a busy schedule already. But now I have them in my contact list. You get, I might decide to host a training to go over to Cross River. I can still have a way to connect with these people. That is how this thing works. So you must look at your analytics. For those of you that are scared of figures, please start liking figures. We have 5 minutes more. Start liking figures because you must look at this analytics. Meanwhile, for people that struggle and doesn't have the time to begin to interpret all these things, that is the reason why we have data analysts. They look into these things and give you a feedback that will help you in the decision making for your company. That is the reason why, you see, I was in a conversation with someone last week. I had a radio program last week, Saturday. So while we are coming back, we got talking. The lady, one of the ladies in the car with us, now said, there is this guy. The guy is a graduate. He read this, he read that. And the guy said that he's just so tired with the way these things are going that he wants to start selling meat at the bus stop. That according to the guy said he's a fine boy now, so people will be rushing him to buy his meat. At the first day he even tried it, he got a lot of ladies coming around to buy the meat. The man in the car just said that guy is a foolish man. He has a mental issue. It's not like the guy is lazy. Yes, he's not lazy. But as a graduate and understanding fully well that the world has gone digital, why don't you start making use of your digital skills? Why don't you start even writing and earning something online? Why don't you start something relating, to your course of study, and you earn something online than going every evening in the front of the fire that you are frying buns, that you're a fine boy. People are, in fact, he said he has a spiritual problem. Not that I am discouraging anybody that have such intention, but trust me, the world has gone digital. Learn digital skills. Come down to Code House and see a lot of digital skills you can learn, and you earn from the comfort of your home. You can work remotely. You can even anywhere you are. So please, by the time you understand analytics, it helps you take your business to the next level. By the time you run an ad, companies can see what you do, what you offer, and if they are interested in you because they've been tracking you, they can even sponsor you to come down to their own country to work for them. There are so many opportunities in the digital space. So whatever it is you are doing in the digital space, make sure you do it well. All right? So before I go to the next slide, then we'll move to the next session. Let me go through. Okay, so I'm not even check if they are still talking. All right. You can also have branches there on the long. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it is. It is. So guys, so far so good. These are the basic things you must understand about Facebook. In the next session now, we are going to run ads, okay? So the truth is, I have a Facebook course, all right? I have a Facebook course, a Facebook video course where I explain everything in details. That course, I sell it for 5,000 Naira, but I am not going to sell it to you guys. The fact that we are here at KodeCamp, I'm going to release the link to Mr. IK. He's going to share the link with you. Go and download all the videos I made on Facebook marketing. I sell those things for 5,000, but you all will get it for free. That is the second session of this training. Download that video and watch. You will see how to create your ads, how to set your budgeting, a little bit about graphic, how to add your account details, how to target the right audience, and exactly how I run ads for my clients. Well detailed, okay? So please, that is the second session of this training. I know I must explain this first session before. If I just jump in and start running ads, a lot of you would not understand it. But because you've participated in this training, by the time you begin to watch that video, you would understand exactly, like you'll be able to relate with what I've said in today's class. So guys, watch that video. I'm going to release the link. But before I release the link, guys, please submit your tax. Only 3 people have submitted their tax. I was there this morning on Airtable. Only 3. So please, once 20 persons submit their tax, then I'm going to release the link to that course. All right? Once 20 persons submit their tax, I'm going to release the link to that video course. It's about 7 to 8 videos or so. Download the video. I'm giving it to you guys for free. 100% free. You're not paying anything. If you even have a donation, donate it to Code House. Don't donate it to me. I'm giving you guys 100% free. So watch that video. That is the second session of this Facebook training. Then after it, the third session will now be on Slack, where you ask your questions, ask for clarity. If you ask questions based on the video, I would know. I'm the one that made the videos. So if you ask your questions based on the video, I will know, and I'm going to respond to you. If you ask the question based on this same training, I'm going to know and I'll respond to you. But if you ask the question based on something you think should happen and it's something I know I explained in that video or in this place, I would know and I'll refer you to go back and either download this one on YouTube and watch or go and download the course and watch. All right? So guys, we are getting practical and we mean the best for you guys. So you must take this, okay? So let me go to the comment section and look through so that I can now hand over to Mr. Ike while you guys continue with the second session and I look through your tax. Okay? All right. Sir, can you explain what each color? Okay, I think we've done that. It's clear. Okay, sir. Yes, sir, it is. Is there a way one can select his or her currency? Yes, I thought I've answered all these questions. Okay, let me proceed. I think, from here. All right, thank you. You're the best. Bless. Oh, to God be the glory. Let's just return all the glory to God and to Code House. We'll work on it. I will submit mine by the end of the day. Yes, guys, please. I have submitted mine. Thanks. All right. So please, all praise should go to God and to Code House. All right, not to me. We thank God for the grace. So guys, please, that is the second session of this training. That is the second session of this training. I'll release the link once 20 persons have submitted their assignments on Airtable. I'll release the link. Meanwhile, Mr. Ike is going to give you the link for this slide so that you can still read through. So all the materials, you'll get them for free. Use it to grow your business. Remember, your project is fast approaching. Save money for your domain and hosting. KodeCamp is going to provide that for you, but you will pay a token instead of the regular fee. Start saving your money. You are going to build a website for your business. You are going to run an ad for your business. Start saving up your money, all right? It's extremely important. So guys, see you in the next class where I'm going to teach you guys graphic design. Then after it, we'll talk on Google Ads, okay? You saw the way I broke down Facebook. I don't want to mix these two things together so that you don't get confused. And I'm trying to give a difference of one other practical section, one other theoretical section before I do anything intense again, so that you can be able to balance the pace. So next one, we'll talk about graphics. Then the other one will go into Google Ads. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for participating. And please try as much as you can to do your best. Okay. How much should we save up? I don't know. We'll have a discussion with Code House. Then Mr. Ike is going to give you the information. So I can't tell for now. Please give us an amount range so we can plan smartly. Okay, don't worry. Code House is going to get back to you. Mr. Ike will get back to you on that. All right. I can't give the amount here, so Mr. Ike will do that. Okay, thank you so much, and see you guys in the next class. Before then, I hand over to Mr. Ike. Mr. Ike,
okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Charles, once again for a wonderful class. Okay, so guys, for every information you need, I'll do as much as I'll do well to relate it and give you the costing and whatever you're going to need to start up your website and every other thing, as Mr. Charles has actually said. So just watch out for that post on your channel. So thank you guys very much. Please make sure to submit your task on time so we can actually drop the link for you guys. Okay, so have a wonderful day.